Hi friends, I'm in the basement and I'm getting ready to make a soil mixture, and I wanted to share with you how I do it because there's no recipe to this mixture that I make for soil blocking. I just know what it needs to feel like, so I'm going to take you through the steps of how I do it. I use soil blocking and I use seed snails, and I also do seed cups when I start my plants in the spring. These are soil blockers right here, where you make kind of like a little mold of soil. You press the soil in these tins, and then you plant your seeds in there, and then you water the bottom of the tray and you grow your plants. And then these soil blocks, these little brownies with a plant coming out of it, you plant those soil blocks right into the ground. It's nice because it saves space, it saves the stepping up process, but you have to time your plants pretty perfectly or it's not going to work right. So I'm going to make my soil mixture for my soil blocking today because I'm going to the Master Gardener University of Illinois Extension seed swap tomorrow, and I'm actually demonstrating this at that event. So I want to make sure I have the soil mixture put together before we go and do that. So I wanted to take you along for the ride. So again, I don't have a perfect mixture. I'm just going to mix it and tell you what I'm putting in it. The three ingredients that I use is potting mix, compost, and peat. Those are the three things that I put into my soil blocks. You can't use just potting soil because it's light and fluffy and it doesn't cake and squish and stay squished very good. That's why I use compost. And then peat is good for to make with soil retention, to keep the soil the moisture retention, to keep it nice and wet. So I have a bag of compost here, I have some peat, and then I also have some Miracle-Gro potting soil. So I'm going to turn this camera around and try to set it up down here because this isn't my gig down here. This isn't my basement, but I'm going to try to figure out a way to get this working so that I could show you how to make this soil. Alrighty, here we go. We're going in. As I said, I have a bag of Miracle-Gro potting soil. I have a bag of compost, which is made from organic. Oh, nice. I have two of the same hand gloves. That's great. Let's just put it on backwards. And then some peat. So what I'm going to do is start with probably 3 heaps. 4. Let's do 4. 4 heaps of Miracle-Gro. That's bone dry Miracle-Gro. This compost is actually quite wet. It's muddy. It was frozen solid a week ago. I had to bring it in, but it is really moist. See how it holds like a brownie. Sorry, the lighting is awful down here. That's 2. This is 3, 4. So far equal parts. Well, this is a little bit equal parts of Miracle-Gro potting soil and compost. Let me pour some water in there. Also, if you're using compost from your yard, you just want to make sure that you are sifting it, because when you make soil blocks, the soil block is only about 1.5 inches or 2 inches, or even smaller if you're using the mini soil blocker, and you can't have chunks in it because seeds won't grow in a chunk of bark or a rock or anything like that. So you really have to make sure you sift your stuff, sift your compost before you get it in here. I clearly didn't because I don't know where my sifter is. I'm staying with a friend right now until my place is ready in March. So this is nowhere near ready. So I'm going to add more water. We're trying to get to the consistency of wet brownie batter. but where you can hold the soil in your hand and squeeze it, and a couple drips come out, and it stays true to its form of what you're squeezing in your hand. That's what we're looking for. This might be it right here. Maybe. See, this isn't gonna work. Big old stick like that. It's not gonna work. I think this might be what we're looking for. Maybe a little more wet. If you make it too wet, the beautiful thing is we have extra compost and potting soil to soak it up if that's what we need to do. So I'm not too worried about making it too wet right now. I think that's much better. I find that when I'm making the soil blocks, that when the water is squishing through the top of the soil blocker, when I'm pressing the soil into the blocker and the water is squishing out the top, that makes the best soil blocks. And I think this might be it. Awesome. All right, now what I'm going to do is stop the camera and reposition you. I did not add any peat because I think we're not going to need it with this Miracle Grow and compost. Let me push you on pause. Okay, so here is my soil blockers that I have. These are 1.5 inch soil blockers. They are, I found, I think a set. This set was on Amazon a couple years ago. I don't even remember how much I spent. But this is a mini soil blocker that makes 20. And then this soil blocker makes 4, and these are 1.5 inches. And it comes with these like attachments. You just turn it around and you can squeeze these two sides here, and that square will pop right off. See, this will come right off. And you don't have to use anything in there. You can just leave it empty. But if you leave it in there, this square form gives you the hole that you're going to need when you are growing the mini soil blocks on a tray and the plant gets big enough that you have to up pot it. So instead of up potting it into a cup, a 3-inch cup or something, you just put it into this soil block and you slide it right in the hole of where this square is built. So I'm going to show you that right now. So I just want to spread out my soil here and show you how I do my soil blocking. So I pretty much just hold my soil blocker and I squish it down like this. And you got to do that several times. You got to keep smashing and smashing. Your hand will get tired. You have to press really hard. And I see water coming up through the bottom there. Where'd the thing go? Oh, here it is. I see the water pushing through in there. I hope you can see that. I'm not sure if you can on the camera, but I'm just pushing and I see the water coming up, which is a good sign. Then I have one of these things from the dollar store, and I flip this over, and then I just flatten this out like that. And I see I made a big hole here, so I'll just kind of smash some soil back in there. You can just press firmly, make sure that all that's in there. If I would have sifted my soil, I wouldn't have had so much fibrous stuff in here. And then you're going to press it onto your tray, push down, and then there's your soil blocks, just like that. So these little guys. And then when you hold one, and you throw it in your hand like that, and it stays firm like this, then you know you got a good soil block. That one obviously is done because I smashed it, but it doesn't crumble when I throw it down into my hand, and that means it's a good mixture for soil blocking. So let's try this again. And you do the same thing with the big soil blocker also. You just take that and you press down into your soil pan. And then I don't just lift up, because if you lift up, you're going to lose some of your soil blocks or your cubes in there. So when you're pushing down, you kind of got to twist and angle it up, and you won't lose any. You'll get the hang of it. I mean, I did this several times when I first started doing this, and I kind of learned the tricks of the trade when I do it. So you just kind of have to get your own rhythm. There's no wrong or right. It's just trying to figure out how you do it best for you. Just kind of caking that down in there. Make sure that all those holes don't have any air pockets. Then I'm just going to slide this down, make it nice and flat so it sits on my tray evenly. A big old branch in there because I didn't sift. Do as I say, not as I do. And then if I had a tray, I put that in the tray and push down. And then there's my soil blocks. And as you see, there's little holes in there. And that's where you put the seed. And then you can just lightly cover it with vermiculite, or if you have some potting soil that's been sifted and it's like a light powder, you can put it right on top. And you leave them just like this on the tray. And I use like cafeteria trays, and I have this tote, this Rubbermaid tote. I can use this. Anything that doesn't have holes in the bottom, that's what I'm going to use. And then now let's practice the big papa, this guy. So we're going to smash our soil around in here, and same thing. Just going to push down and kind of lift and scoop, lift and scoop, lift and scoop. I'm trying to keep the lighting in here good for you guys. I know it's rough, I'm sorry. That looks. Well, they feel nice and firm. Get my scraper. There we go. I don't have a tray big enough for this, so I'll just use this as an example. Push my tray down, push the handle down, lift up on the handle, do that a couple times, and then there's your soil blocks. And why the lighting keeps changing on you. This feels a little soft. See, it's not crumbling, which is good news, but it's a little soft, which means I might need more compost. If they're too soft, they're just going to crumble on the tray when you are trying to get them to grow. And when you water them, and you don't want them to crumble. So I might have to add a little bit more compost in here. So give me a second. Okay, I added more compost. Let's see what happens. Just really shoving it down in there. When you think that they're all full, and you don't need to do any more, just keep going. Keep pushing. Feels nice and firm in there. Here we go. Again, I'm just using this tray as an example, but you would put this on your planting tray, and it would be where it would live on your grow tray, grow rack. This feels much better. Much better. For sure. it's holding its form a little bit more. So I could probably even put a little bit more compost in there. Now the reason I use Miracle-Gro potting soil and compost in these is because this is where your plant is going to get its nutrients the whole entire time that it's sitting in your grow room. So you don't have to feed it as much if you're putting it in these soil blocks. If you use the Miracle-Gro, because it has slow release fertilizer in it, as well as the compost is natural organic compost to feed your plants. So that's the reason I use Miracle-Gro and the compost. All right, that's all I got for seed soil blocking. I'm going to make sure that I rinse these off really good and then set them in a nice dry place so that they could dry out. You don't want them to get rusty. They're always, hear the squeaky? You're never going to get rid of that. I've only had these for 2 years and they're squeaky. I'm not going to oil them or grease them. I only do this a little bit in the beginning of the season. But this definitely saves space on your seed starting. Instead of using a 10 by 20 tray with 72 plants in it, you obviously can use cafeteria trays, or you can even use a 10-20 tray, but you're going to get a lot more mini soil blocks in one 10 by 20 tray than you would if you're using the plugs. So if you're limited on space, soil blocking is actually quite nice. Also, if you know that you can time everything perfectly, where you can put stuff in your soil blocks and they get to the mature age right when it's time to plant them outside, it's perfect. It really is, to be able to do that. I have to play with the weather so much here in the Chicagoland area that sometimes that works out and sometimes it doesn't. So my sweet peas got really leggy last year because we were messing with weather and I couldn't get them to germinate on time. It was a mess. So this is what I have for soil blocking. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below, or you can find me on Facebook at All Garden Jargon or All Glory Gardens. So I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.